Hello guys, I know why are you here, just like me. You also want to play those great classic PS2 games on your device. But PS2 emulator is not very friendly for small device, but still no one is going to stop us for trying, right? So today I will be showing you guys how to play Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks on your device as smooth as possible. In this video, I will also show you guys how to make your touchscreen controls best and easy to use, and with some other tricks. I'm not going to promise this will fix all the problems, but I promise it will make the game run much smoother than it was. And if the game still won't run smoothly, then I'm sorry to say, but maybe it's time to upgrade your device, or play other PS2 great games that require very less heavy device. So make sure to subscribe, so you don't miss any other video related to PS2 games. Next I will be posting Resident Evil 4 and God of War video, related to this same topic. And also let me know in comments section which game you want to play next. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks is very heavy game, and that's the reason I encourage you guys to play it, even if it won't play smoothly. Alright then. First I want you guys to understand, there are two ways to change game graphics settings, and are the two icons. One looks like a gear and the other looks like exclamation point. These both icon basically offer the same setting, but there is big difference between both of these section. Gear icon is like default for every game, so basically anything you select in the gear icon will be applied to any new game you downloaded. That's not a good thing, because mostly games require different setting. I suggest you always configure every game separately, and exclamation icon, on other hand, works only the game you are currently playing. As example, I'm selecting exclamation icon, which mean, if I change any graphics settings, it will only apply to the game I'm currently playing. As you can see, I'm playing MK Shaolin Monks, and the other games won't be affected by these settings. So I suggest always use exclamation icon, unless you know what you are doing, or otherwise you will be confused after changing the setting. Your old game will be running horribly. Now I will go into every section in order to make it simple for you guys to follow. First we have summary. This basically show you the game detail, but there is one particular detail here which I want you guys to always remember. The PS2 games have two region, PAL and NTSC. Whenever you're downloading a game, try to download NTSC version. I won't go into too much detail, but trust me, if you downloaded PAL version of a game, and it is lagging, it will be good idea to try the NTSC version. That is a huge chance the game will run smoothly. Try it and thank me later. The second section is general settings. We don't have much use of these settings for this game. You can turn on the FPS counter, which will show you the FPS on the top right side of the screen. And if you are enjoying the game, and you feel like it is playable, then you don't have to see these stuff, because it will only remind you the game is running slow. So if it is playable for you, then just enjoy it. Next we have system settings. Now this is where all the magic start. These settings might be different for you, but just follow what I'm doing. Cycle rate, select 100%. Cycle skip, select normal. Infinity control mode, select disabled. And keep all the other settings same as mine. Next we have graphic setting. GPU rendering will works differently depending on your device. Try selecting both options, Vulkan or OpenGL. Don't bother with software rendering for this game, but some game with 2D background actually works great with software, and Vulkan and OpenGL can't run those games smoothly. Vulkan works great for me almost every game. Upscaling multiplier, 1x native. I selected this because if I change it I cannot record the game properly. I suggest you guys also select 1x. You can also select less than 1x, but it will make the resolution of the game very bad, but it does help with performance. Bilinear filtering, select bilinear PS2. Texture preloading, select full hash cache. Hardware download mode, select accurate. Aspect ratio, select stretch fill screen. FMV aspect ratio, this is actually for FMV, full motion video, like cutscenes. If you encounter any problem with cutscene your screen is small, you can change these option. For me it is working fine, but I just wanted to let you guys know. Next we have audio setting, interpollution mode, select nearest. This actually surprisingly does help with some games performance, but it also depend on the device. Ignore memory card. Ignore achievement. Next we have game fix. There are many options here. This mostly help with the graphics glitches or some other issues, but for this game we don't need to select any of this. Now to the final section. Make sure to keep closer look on all these settings. Usually these are the same settings, some of them I tweaked but mostly are the same, so make sure to select every single one of these the way you see it on the screen. Some of these settings are for software rendering, so either changing resetting or not doesn't do much impact, but again who knows, maybe in other games it does. Hardware fix is also a great section. Games like Godfather, Tenchu, Bully have some graphical issue which can be fixed thanks to this section, but we don't have to select anything for MK. Wow, it is still playing horribly. Well, this is another issue you might encounter with some games. Sometime when you change the graphics settings the game won't just register those settings. In that case you might have to restart the game. Let me try that. Now let me show you some glorious fatality. So we done with graphics settings. Now let's make the controls good. Select the icon that looks like a PS2 D-pad. First, I will show you guys how to customize the controls and save it. It's actually pretty simple. Many of you already might know this, but some people in comment section asked me about this, so I thought it would be better to include it here to make it easier for anyone who don't know. I recommend resetting the control settings first. Now select the touchscreen section. Here you can add and remove any button you want, and I recommend playing the game first before selecting these control. Many of the games have use of many buttons, so as you playing the game you will learn which button is useful, in order to map it on corresponding location on your screen. There are some button which some of you guys don't know if you didn't play PS2 games, that would be L3 and R3. These are very useful, especially on shooting games. Many games you can use L3 to crouch and R3 to zoom. Also in God of War, If you press L3R3 together, you can unleash the Rage of Titan. You can also find the right analog stick here. I do not recommend putting quick save or quick load on your screen. You might mistakenly select quick load and lose your data. Select move buttons. This will allow you to move any button on your screen. I'm sure you are very friendly with this. If you play games like PUBG or Call of Duty, if you want the same controls, that I have, then just keep watching. Select resize to change the size of the buttons. I suggest making the button large if you have a bigger screen. For Mortal Kombat I'm using this control scheme, but if you are playing another game you might have to choose different control. For example, you see this small dot, I am moving it. This actually changed the entire control from analog stick to D-pad. So if you don't have a D-pad on your screen, this icon will be available, but if you change it from the options, then you will have two analog stick and a D-pad, but you won't have this small icon. It might not make sense right now, but if you use it you will understand what I'm trying to say. It is very useful for Mortal Kombat Fatality, and as you saw I was executing Fatality very easily thanks to this control scheme. So when you are done mapping your control, make sure to save your control profile, go to the control and then select Save Profile. Create a name of the game that will be the easiest way to remember it. As you can see I already have my control saved, MK Shaolin Monks. Well, there you have it guys. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry for the AI voice, but it's better than text on the screen, forcing you to keep rereading and rewinding video. And I hope this video was informative. I just love gaming and I want anyone to enjoy the games. Even if you have small device, you can still play many games. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section, and stay tuned for Resident Evil 4 and God of War, most optimized guide. Stay blessed.